Who do we need to keep an eye on for the Oklahoma Sooners as spring ball gets on and popping in Norman, Oklahoma? Oklahoma's close. I'll just start with that. Oklahoma is not years away from winning a Big 12 title. They can compete for a Big 12 title tomorrow if they want to. Now, a lot of that hinges on getting, more production for some of these players I'm about to talk about right here, but it is all set for Oklahoma to do some good things in 2023. You saw what they did in the Cheez-It Bowl against Florida State. And Florida State's a more or less top 10 football team right now in college football. Okay, so they've got a lot of the pieces here. But without further ado, Jaleel Faruk is a guy that I'm very excited to watch during spring football. Was fairly productive a season ago, 37 catches, 5 touchdowns, right around 460 or so yards. He is a guy that is going to, in my opinion, step into that role that Marvin Mims is leaving. Kind of that alpha wide receiver one. And the reason why this is so important for Oklahoma to see Jaleel Faruk continue to progress and take that next step as the alpha in that receiver room. What do we know about Jeff Lebby's offense? Like to go fast, like to have explosive plays. They like to run the football. Now, you don't get explosive plays in the pass game if you're not running the football effectively. Even more so, you don't get explosive plays in the pass game if you don't have cats that can make plays for you downfield. Jaleel Faruk, I believe, has all the skill sets to make those plays downfield, but there's going to be a lot of plays on the table for him when they're going fast, when the safeties are creeping up, when they're exhausting the defense from tempo. Jaleel Faruk will have a lot of plays on the table to be made. Can you cash in on those? Because Dylan Gabriel's going to get him the rock now. Jaleel Faruk, go make a play, brother, because we're going to need you in crunch time to stretch the field for Oklahoma. I'm excited to watch him again. I think he's primed. I'm curious to hear what the intel is out of spring around him. Is he a guy that's going first in the individual drills? Is he taking the first reps? Is he running through with the ones and looking consistent, looking like you would want your wide receiver one to look at this point in the spring? So I'm not saying it's going to be all on him to make those plays downfield. I understand they got some other guys in that room, but Jaleel Faruk is a guy that you should be excited about if you're an Oklahoma Sooners fan, guy that I'm excited about as well. Make sure you're locked in here. Okay, we're covering college football every single day. We're talking ball every single day on this wonderful platform that is the On3 YouTube channel. That is the Hard Count. We're live twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. Come hang out with us tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. It'll be a real good time. Get in the live chat. Get at me. We'll get crazy really quick, all right? Now, another guy we got to talk about, Jiren Canick. Jiren Canick, linebacker. Going to be a sophomore. Potential is the word that you use with him. Physically, so much ability. Coming out of high school, he's like a 10-300 guy. Y'all, just to be real, that's fast for anybody. Doesn't matter if you're a receiver, running back, linebacker, that's fast. I don't care who you are. The fact that he's a linebacker running that fast, I understand they've added some weight to him likely, and he's probably even a little bit more quick now, but he's a guy that has a ton of ability. And this Brent Venables defense, they let those players run, man. Linebackers see ball, get ball. Okay, go fill in the hole. And there were so many things that we saw from this Oklahoma defense a season ago where it felt like they were, yes, out of position, but also from a personnel-wise, just a half step slow. Jiren Canick now getting another year in the system, getting another offseason under his belt, or really his first full offseason under his belt in terms of winter conditioning through spring football into summer, like all that. Like they are very much excited about him, and for good reason. He's a guy that I was hearing about last year when I was talking to people close to that program, saying, hey, who's making buzz during fall camp? They're like, listen, man, I don't know how much he'll play, but that number 7 for Oklahoma, man, they're going to have a hard time keeping Jaren off the field. He's going to be a guy that plays regardless. So he was creating buzz last year. I think he makes good on that this coming season. See some early projected depth charts, and he's looking like linebacker 1, or one of the 1 linebackers, rather, is a better way to say it. So keep an eye on him. They want to play fast on defense. He fits what they want to do schematically. Again, what is the buzz around him this spring? Is he taking reps with the ones? Is he finishing through on contact when we go to thud period? Is he in the right place? Is he meshing with this defense well? I think that's very important for him being at the linebacker spot, obviously. Getting a lot of this defense lined up. Keep an eye on Jaren Canick. Peyton Bowen is a name that you're very familiar with. If you're an Oklahoma Sooner fan, 5-star caliber safety out of Denton Guyer. I'm just curious to see how he hits the ground running in Norman. He early enrolled. He's already there. He's going through winter. He's in the spring football. He's a guy that can help you in so many ways. And I was thinking about what to say about Peyton Bowen. I think the best way to say it is he can make your football team better. Okay, whether it's defensively, whether it's returning kicks, he is going to make your team better. To what degree as a true freshman remains to be seen. I think he's going to be an impact guy early. I'm not saying he's starting at safety game one. I am saying he should be rotated in there to some degree, and I think he should help you return kicks. What is the buzz during spring practice? What do we see him doing during spring practice? Is he out there fielding punts? Is he out there catching kicks? Does he look comfortable in that defense? Because that's a big thing for true freshmen, especially getting into a college scheme. That playbook, you have maybe a packet or so in high school, depending on where you went, where you have double-digit plays. You get handed that college playbook. Sometimes it's like a Harry Potter book, all right? And that's just the reality. Now, I don't know that's going to be the case for Brent Venables and this team, but I'm just saying, for Peyton Bowen, adjusting to a college defense and meshing and getting comfortable. He's got all the instincts in the world. How quickly does he mesh during spring? I'm excited to see it because, like I said, whether it's game one, whether it's late in November, he's going to help your football team. And I don't think that's a secret. Last guy I want to look at, Javonte Barnes. Running back, the running back, y'all. Now, he popped last year. How does he look this spring? 116 carries, 519 yards in 2022. How does he look this spring? And one of the things I look at for running backs as they go through an offseason, just physically, how are you built after going through winter conditioning? Did you add some mass to be able to take more carries? Do you look more comfortable out there going through the offensive progressions with your pass protection and reading the inside zone and things like that? Because for a running back, so much of it is visual. And when I say visual, I mean what you're seeing defensively. Does the game slow down for you? Now, the game wasn't going too fast for Javonte Barnes. Do not get it twisted. But again, what Oklahoma wants to do offensively, they are a run-first football team. Javonte Barnes is going to carry the mail for them. He's going to set the table. How does he look this spring? Does he look like you would want your RB1 to look going into his second season? I have no reservations about will he be productive, will he be good. I'm just curious to what degree. And the spring should give us a good temperature for that for Oklahoma and for this running back room with Javonte Barnes leading the charge. I told you, Oklahoma's close. You don't have to do this whole rebuild and wait for year 4 of the Brent Venables experience to compete for what you want to compete for. You can do that in 2023. It's going to take another level of production from these guys I just talked about, but spring football will give us a good temperature going forward. So Jaleel Faruk, Jiren Canick, Peyton Bowen, Javonte Barnes, all set to get after it in spring football in Norman. We'll keep a close eye on it. Like I said, make sure you're subscribed, following me on Twitter as well as on Instagram at JDPikel. Lock it in. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.